Hello, hello. How is everyone? Oh, I went live, by the way. Sorry, I usually tell him. But how is everyone tonight? Tonight we are doing something called petizio, which is a Greek lasagna kind of thing. I found this recipe book at Barnes & Noble the other day that was nothing but ground beef recipes. So it's like a magazine, and I got really excited, so I bought it. And this is one of the ones that really fascinated me because I've actually wanted to try it for a while. And I figured I'd do it tonight, but a couple of little differences. I did read a couple of more recipes online, and I found basically that there's no two recipes that are the same. I'm kind of a hodgepodging a lot of them together right now. It also called for ground beef, which of course, is one of the reasons I bought the book, but I don't have any. What I have is ground lamb, which to me was going to make it a little bit more authentic as well. So, yeah, good times. So, hello people, welcome, welcome. Let's get started. I've got on this pan some oil, just a little bit. Got diced onions ready to go in. This is allspice that was grinding up because I don't keep it ground. So, oil nice and hot, a little shimmery. Yeah. Whoops, root. Okay, let's get that in there. Start that. Okay, get your onions going. Some salt in there. This back here is my pasta. I'm going to use penne, actually. I got this brand. This is La Molosana. I love this brand. It is absolutely amazing. I highly recommend it. It is bronze cut, which means it actually holds the pasta better. There's a bunch of little nooks and crannies all around every edge of the pasta, which makes it really cool. So it tends to cost a little bit more. For some reason, Walmart has the spaghetti for 50 cents, which is cheaper than anything they sell. Same brand, same bronze dye, everything. These are $1. I love this brand. We've used this brand for months now because I saw pasta 50 cents and I went and bought 10 of them. And I had to buy 6, 7 more because love. So freaking good. But essentially, I've seen a lot of different pictures about it. This is a tomato sauce flavored with red wine, which I of course have red wine. Actually, the cork you're seeing right there, right in front of the camera. This is Barefoot Merlot. You can use any kind of red wine you like. I don't like cooking with the Sauvignon Blancs or Cabernet Sauvignon because it ends up being way too dry for me. I want a little bit of a sweetness in it. That's why I go with the Merlot. So, but one onion, all meshed up here. Let this go for about 2 minutes. Just to kind of get some of the, soften it up just a little bit. My pasta's in the background. The store didn't have any small cans of diced tomato, so I have half of a large can, so about a can of diced tomatoes in here with about a half a can of tomato paste. So that's why that's sitting, that's why that's there. And you'll see that in just a minute. Got some diced garlic over here that's gonna go in. We're also going to make a bechamel sauce. I'm sure many of you have actually seen me do a bechamel sauce before. But we're going to do it, we're going to take a bechamel sauce and turn it into Mornay sauce. All that means is we're adding cheese to the bechamel. We're making a cheese sauce basically to go on top. Then the whole thing's going to get baked off. Oven is preheating now to 350. Okay, that's there. Let's push the garlic in. On my plate I have some fresh mint I diced up just for this. I'm gonna give this garlic about 30 seconds to a minute. Then the lamb's going in. You just want to see the garlic start to change color. As soon as it starts like going a little bit like opaque, then you know it's ready. My lamb here has been sitting in the sink to avoid all the cross-contamination juices. Get in. Oh, that's garlic skin, whatever. Get this all nice and mashed up. You're going to get some good fond from the bottom here. Oh, there's that smell of lamb. Oh, I love that smell so much. Now we're going to cook our pasta al dente. We're going to do it just a little bit below what it's supposed to be, or what it would normally be. I don't really like my pasta al dente. I like it a little bit softer. I don't really like that bite to it. Al dente literally means firm to the tooth, or to the tooth. So I like my pasta a little bit softer, like a minute past al dente. So we're going to cook it al dente, then it's going to finish baking off in the oven for about half an hour or so. I'll get this all mixed up. Yeah, all the juice from the lamb is helping us deglaze the pan, actually. That's awesome. But if yours doesn't happen to do that, then we're still going to have all the juice from the tomatoes, and we're going to have the wine going in as well. Let this go. Let this get nice and hot. I'm doing a baking dish tonight. Not the big one, but like a smaller one. So I don't need that much pasta. I'm just going to do half a pound, because again, it's just the two of us. And we're not even going to finish the whole. I can promise you we won't even finish the whole thing tonight. Salt. And boiling water. That. Oh, that smell. Oh, God. If you don't want lamb, you can of course use beef. You can use, you know, ground chicken, any of the meat-free options you like. We love lamb. So, and I got it for a really good price at Kroger one day. It was like manager special and part of the 5 for $5, and I had a coupon, so I bought all the manager specials they had. It's like, hey, this is manager special too, don't forget. Take my extra $1 off, thank you. And it all went into the freezer as soon as I got home. Now, always give the pasta a little stir, just to make sure it doesn't like try to stick together or stick to the bottom of the pan. Real easy. This is an ooey gooey mess. So we want to cook out some of the water that's in here. So we got it up nice and high. There's not a whole lot of fat in lamb. You can drain it if you want. I'm not going to. Like, I'm just going to cook as much of the water out as I can. Push all the meat to the side. The rest of the fat will push down to the other side of the pan. And Victoria, like, do like a meat wall on one side, and you'll see all the liquid hitting the other side. I'm going to go in there with a paper towel, soak up that fat, or most of it, because I don't want to risk draining it, because I don't want to lose all this flavor. Hey Google, set a timer for 8 minutes.
8 minutes, and that's starting now.
Now we have a pasta timer. Just get my paper towels here. I'm kind of trying to break this up as small as I can with my spatula, so I think it'll look better, personally, when it gets in the pan kind of thing. But just want to get as much of that water out of there as we can, because water has no real flavor. We're gonna flavor it with something that tastes really good. We're gonna do red wine, tomatoes, and I've got cinnamon, allspice, cloves. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, I'm never tried a dish like this before, but I'm adventurous, so let's try this, you know. I tend to order things I can't pronounce when I go places. About 1 more minute on that. And I'll try to drain some of that fat out. In the meantime, spread everything out nice and even, so steam's coming from everywhere and everything gets cooked. Yeah, that's looking, oh, that's way better. Okay. Let me smudge. Like, I'm not going to get all the grease, of course. I mean, fat equals flavor, so we're not trying to get all the grease, but we're going to do what we can. Drop that there. Push that down. Oh God, yeah, we got so much of that out of there. Let's see if I can spoon up a little bit extra here. I'm not putting this down my sink. I promise you it's going into a bowl. And then when it's hardened, because it's animal fat, it will be very easy for me to scrape right into my trash can. And just throw it away. Yeah. We just lost a couple of onions there, but whatever. Oh, you too. You. Okay. Now this is pretty much done cooking. We don't really want to get it crispy or anything. So had about 3/4 of a cup red wine. Y'all know how I do with measuring. Let that red wine get all in there. Let them get to know that lamb real well. In with the tomatoes. And the tomato paste. I would prefer these tomatoes be diced a little bit finer, but moving on. Just get this all nice and mixed here. They'll break down some. This is going to simmer for about a half hour or 20 minutes. Okay. There's some clove. Not a whole lot of clove. Clove is something you want to use sparingly. It's very strong. Some cinnamon. And my allspice. I keep allspice in berry form because it lasts way longer. And honestly, I don't really use it that much. So, this way we get the most of my money. Stir, stir, stir. Has this been salted at all? I don't think so. Okay, let's do a little quick stir on our pasta over here. This is going to be more of a meat dish than a pasta dish. I salted it when I put the onions in. Oh, that smells really interesting. Huh. No, it's going to need more salt though. Just because I've added tomatoes, tomato paste, hamburger, lamb, added on. So it's going to need more than that, but I don't want to go crazy for it right now. So let's see. What do we taste like right now? It's going to cook for about 15-20 minutes. Like I'm going to do the bechamel sauce now. So. That is really interesting. Okay. I'm not exactly sure where that sweet is coming from, but definitely taste the cloves and the cinnamon and the allspice. So I'm going to turn this down to like a medium low. Let it simmer. Turn this burner on back here. This one, which y'all can't really see because this is in the way. I'll see if I can move it. Yeah, I can move that. It works. Okay. I'm gonna get. I'd rather use butter. Butter. Oh, okay, good. Since I started doing the butters and everything, I don't really keep butter for personal use. Like I have enough plus like one stick or one pack, just in case. In case of my measurements from last time are like, you know, off by any means. So, got that in there. Let's get that nice and melted. Get you simmering. This we're going to switch to our whisk. I am using a heavy bottom pan here that is not non-stick. I don't like to use non-stick for things like this. It's not going to stick because it's half fucking butter. So, 2.5 tablespoons of butter. Let's get that nice and melted. You can swirl it around the pot just to move things along. Oh yeah. The vacuum needs to get a bit higher. That was on a very low heat, so it's taking so long. In our flour, you want equal parts. Hey Google, stop. You want equal parts butter and flour. Get out the way real quick. Turn that off. Or fat and flour, essentially. Let's go in here. Okay, you want like a wet sand looking consistency when you do this. Like, see, it's kind of blech. Yeah, that's what you're going for. Yeah, this is traditionally made with a cheese called like Catapori or something. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's made from goat's milk, and it's actually not easy to find here. So, once that flour is cooked off, and a good splash of milk, you're going to be putting about 3.5 to 4 cups in here, if y'all want measurements. But what I like to do is put it in, mix, good splash. Essentially make you some wallpaper paste, because, yeah. Another good splash. I like to do this slow, so that everything has a chance to come together. It is exceedingly lumpy right now. If you heat your milk up, you don't get lumps, which is always cool. But I don't want to use another pan to heat my milk. So let's go ahead and drain that piasta. That milk's coming to temperature. Okay. If you want to tilt your pan up like this and just do your whisk kind of violently back and forth, just in the bottom, it really helps break up everything. Just keep whisking and going until you have no lumps. Essentially, at this point, we've made a bechamel. I'm going to make it a little bit runnier, because this is going to be a little thick for what I have in mind. And then we're going to thicken it up again when I add the cheese to it. Now, I wanted to go as traditional as I possibly could. So, what I have is goat cheese, some Parmigiano Reggiano, which is somewhere. Ah, here it is. Pecorino Romano, excuse me. Close enough. And some feta, which are the cheeses we're going to be adding to the bechamel to make it a Mornay. There we go. It's definitely going to need a good bit of salt. Let's hit it with some pepper. And the thing I forgot. Damn. I forgot to put the mint in with the meat while it simmers over here. Stir that through. No biggie. But also, in the Mornay sauce, I'm going to do another little fun touch to it. I'm going to actually hit it with some spinach that I'm about to chop up real fast, just so it's not giant whole pieces of spinach just in my mouth and on my fork. But here's the goat cheese. That's the garlic and herb one. I don't have any plain. That made me mad. But check the back of the package if you have to buy something with the herbs in it, just to see which herbs they are. Make sure something that's going to go well with your dinner or with whatever you're doing. This one had garlic and lemon and marjoram. Oregano and marjoram, which actually go fairly well with this dish. So, also, I have this little thing of quesadilla cheese that I got for like 50 cents after all the coupons. There's literally that much left in it. Just wanted it out of my fridge, essentially. So, didn't really have any desire to use it. Just wanted it out of my fridge. Okay. That was a little bit more milk. Okay, milk's done. Add our spinach here. Stir, 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 stir. I love feta. It has a lot of flavor to it. It's actually fairly low fat too, in all fairness, as compared to most cheeses. Yeah. When I worked at this Greek place on Main Street back in the day, I remember we got fussed at once because we had too much feta. Yeah, we were ahead by like 3 buckets, and these feta in a Greek place came in 5-pound buckets. Save the rest of that for the top. Cut off a bit of this. Pecorino Romano. Grate this here on the other side of my good cheese grater. My dog smells the cheese. He's trying to come in the kitchen now. I see you. He knows he's not allowed in here. I hope it was Mary's lamb, Ra. Following her to school. That needs to stay in this place. Turn that to the lowest setting we have. Mix, 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 mix. There we go. And just to bring out the flavor of the cheese, a little bit of nutmeg. Okay. Okay. So back into this pan, we're going to put the penne. I'm going to pour some of it in here. And toss everything together real good. This all in here together. This way, the sauce can actually help finish cooking the pasta when it's baking off in the oven. It's really good. Okay. It's gonna need more salt though. It's not cooking down as much as I want it to. Okay, let's see. Handful of spinach here. Just like one big handful. This stuff is already washed and ready to go. Yeah. Big rough chop on all that spinach, just a big handful, pop it right in there. Just sneaking in some greens. Cool. Yeah, I saw some that said cook the pasta in the bechamel. One actually said that I needed to toss the pasta in olive oil and in fresh Parmesan, and that will finish cooking it. I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. It might be more traditional, but you know, we have learned a thing or two since back in the day. So. Okay. Heat is completely off on that. There it is. Okay. I'll give a quick wipe just in case. So, okay. We're done with this whisk. I'm gonna do some fun. Everyone holds more. Alright. There's water in the handle of this thing. Everyone says the pasta layer is supposed to go first. I'm not doing that under any circumstances because I don't want to have my pasta baked to the bottom of my dish. So a little bit of your sauce in there. Now the pasta. This is supposed to be actually spread out into one even thing, everything going in, like everything lined up. Very OCD. If that's something that interests you, go nuts. This is not something that interests me. Like remotely. So, okay. Let's turn this up some more. Just want to get this a little more heat on it. Get a little more of the liquid out of this. It's still kind of liquidy. Like right, it's like a minute away from where I want it to be. Okay. Checking the salt levels, of course. With some pepper too. I want to put some red pepper flakes in here, but it's not very traditional. It's like I taste those spices. I taste the red wine. Smaller tomatoes definitely would have been good. But yeah, this is on high now. This is over here doing its thing, just chilling out. There we go. If you do have to reduce something like this, do not walk away. Stay here, move it around. A, I'm in a non-stick pan. B, there's not a lot of liquid in here, but there's more than I want. I want this to be a little bit on the drier side because we're going to add all the bechamel to the dish before we bake it off. So, actually, this isn't all going to fit. Let me... bigger pan. Fucking fall. Hey Matt, how are you? Let me transfer this and the layer of the bechamel or Mornay spinach mixture. Mornay is the term because there's cheese in it now. Done. That's what I want. I want to pull the meat back and not to really see any water coming out of it. That's what I want for this. A little more in there. Cover that bottom a little bit better. Now we're gonna scoop this all out. Just drop it around. Drop it on the counter. You know, whatever. It's all good. Scrape, scrape, scrape. All that goodness out of there. Oh, that looks so much better. Okay. Yeah, this is honestly closer to a casserole than it is lasagna. Especially with all the weird additions. But not bad. Yeah, you was trying to stick, wasn't you? Bitch. Okay. I need a different spoon now because I want to layer this on. Just gonna scoop flatten it a little bit and kind of smear it out. Sorry, nose itchy. Scoop, flatten. Yeah, this never would have fit in the other one. Holy shit. Babe. Yeah. It didn't fit in the small one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You said to don't make a big one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's all good.
Okay. Well, we have this talk.
Me too.
Close together as a couple.
It has, actually. Can't wait to marry you now. Now that I know how you feel about this. Hey. Okay, that's all on there. There's enough of this now. So a little bit breaks through, it's going to be okay. Like, it will not be the end of the world. Yeah, I'm going to have to very delicately spread this out as best as I can. Because the whole top layer is supposed to be Mornay. His name? I keep flashing in my head to Chapin for some reason. I have no idea why. Like one night particular. Like somebody talking about me? It's been like 10 years. Okay. Now, I'm going to cut other section off of the Reggiano Pecorino Romano. Why do I keep saying the wrong one? Who knows? We're going to grate this. Scraggly pieces. Oh, okay. I saw this steam. I thought it was smoke. I was so confused. Just gonna hit this with the fresh Pecorino Romano. I was gonna say it wrong again. Freshly graded. This is aged like 2 years. So now this whole thing goes in the oven. It's at 350 for about 30-45 minutes. And then you scoop, serve, and eat. Real simple. So, but thank y'all very much for watching. I will, of course, post the pictures down below and freestanding on my page. Hope y'all have a good night. I did get this from Hannah for Christmas. I did one out of it so far. Wasn't that impressed, honestly. But I did buy some amazing burgers today. So I'm going to find another burger in here, another specialty burger that we can do. So, yeah. I'm excited. But thank y'all for watching. Have a good night.